How's that? Back? Weird. I got a new camera and it's just like a little tiny child. It's please work. All right, so I'm Isaac. For those of you who don't know me, Monty, co-owners of Abound. Big thank you to all of our panelists here today. So, okay, this is what we're going to do today. A couple weeks ago, I pulled up a search from our lead targeting Google Sheet. So what we do is we have a bunch of different things kind of mapped out for all the search parameters. It just makes doing market research a little bit easier. It makes doing collaboration a little bit easier when you're working in Sales Nav, creating searches to just do it in a spreadsheet. You just open the URLs, you can share the URLs and stuff. So very, very common practice. So I open it up and then let me show you what I saw. And this was in the email. But I pull it up and it looks like this, but everything is, all the search pieces here are all broken. So this is all broken. These things are like spinning and tiny. And I'm just like, well, that looks cool. But then I'm looking at over here and I'm going, what's going on? It says like no search results. And then I realized that a whole bunch of these were not carrying over. And so it said broken. And so I was like, so we had to rebuild it, and which is what I wanted to do today, is compare what gets broken. So part two of the story, which you're not aware of, is 1 hour ago, I jumped onto LinkedIn and plugged in all the search parameters, pulled it up in search, and you know what happened? They took away, the new version for me. And the only reason I have this is because we recorded a video and I still had it minimized. So if I change anything in here, this is going to go away and it's going to go over to here. So we can't do the comparison, which is a pain in the butt. So they took it away. For those of you who've been in the game, you know that LinkedIn does that. They'll roll out a feature and then they'll take it away and then maybe make some minor changes and then give it back to everyone. So this is what I have to mess with in search right now. So let's do this though. While I still have it, let's just kind of dig around, because this is almost certainly going to be very, very, very close to what everyone's going to get later. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. So we have a couple of UI UX changes, which is kind of minor, but the more important things would be if there's anything that's changed down in here, like for example, like workflow. This is new. But for UI user experience changes, you click view all filters instead of doing a lightbox like this pops up. Here's a lightbox. When you click view all filters, everything bumps over to the right and you have everything in 2 columns. So there's no more lightbox. Everything's 2 columns on the right. I can do collapse and it'll collapse it. I'll maybe try doing that here in a minute. I'm just scared that if I do click anything yet, it'll go back and I'll lose
do you want to duplicate the tab so you can play with that, or do you think you'd still lose it?
You know, I tried. I copy pasted the URL. Here, I'll show you. Here, copy, paste, and it's going to take me to the old boring one.
Yeah. Okay.
And look at that. None of the nothing even carried over. So for my concern that I wanted to kind of talk about, actually, let's get into that in just a minute. So user experience changes, you got everything bumps over to the right, 2 columns instead of a light box. The actual search filters, so let's just kind of look at them here. Current company, this looks about the same. Past company, I'm scared to click it, but those are all the same. Head count's the same. Company type, headquarters, all the same. Geo is the same. You've got a little bit different, the way that they organize where the filters are is kind of mixed up a little bit. So it took me a little while to figure out where some things were because they weren't in the same thing. You've got groups, you've got team link connections of, and for those of you with team link is something where you need Sales Nav team. So I'm actually on Pro, not team, and they still include it in here. My thoughts there is they're just wanting people to be like, oh, what's that? Maybe I should upgrade. So you've got team link connections, nothing changing in industry, years of experience, roles kind of the same. Highlights, I'm going to do this. Oh, let's see what it does. Oh, yes. Okay, you've got change jobs, say mentioned in the last, mentioned in the news, posted on LinkedIn, have shared experiences with you, and following company, all in the highlights section. This is really, like I was saying earlier, the workflow is where it looks newest. Is that big enough for you to see? Should I zoom in a little bit? Let's just zoom in. So here's workflow. And within workflow is the account list and the lead list, which they were together. I'm wondering if you can, how can I, let me show you something here. This is what I'm curious about. So right now it is custom list, and you have to choose either accounts or leads, one or the other. And one new thing here that I didn't get a chance to mess with is they're now separate. There's account list and there's lead list. And so I'm wondering if you can search within or exclude account lists and do the same thing together with a person lead list, which would be fantastic. Be fantastic. Because right now it's one or the other, which causes a lot of pain points, because if you've been organizing your accounts and saving them for any number of reasons, and you want to look for people within specific lists of accounts, you can't do that. It's a major pain point. So if you can, it's going to be fantastic. People in CRM, drop down does nothing. Sales Navigator only filter. People you interacted with. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything on the drop down, but what I did notice on that one is it's comparable to, there were a couple different options from past lead. Let's see. It was like a combination of past lead and activity, and maybe was it spotlight? No, it was a combination of this plus a few new things. And so it had, I wish I would have known. It was people you interacted with. So it was like, I don't quote me on this, but it was like someone viewed your profile. It was kind of like alerts. So it was like, and it kind of just makes sense. If you're looking at the workflow in a lead list means a person is saved. And so it was kind of like, if you go here, just leave and go to home. There was, oops, not in there, but it was, I think it was like saved lead, viewed your profile. I forget the other ones, but that could be helpful as well if you want to stay top of mind. Not sure what else was in there.
One thing, Isaac, just so you know, I was just doing some tests with mine because I had that. I don't have it now anymore, and I didn't do anything weird to try and break it. So I think they're still testing.
Do you remember by, oh, I should ask, does anybody here have this new version right now?
No.
No.
All
gone. They removed it.
No.
Boo. You know what happened is they saw that we were going to be talking about it today, and they were like, forget you guys. Screw you guys. So anyways,
is your home screen still updated?
See, my home screen is still the new home screen, but the search has gone back, and I'm pretty sure I was testing the search yesterday and it was the new version, although I didn't get detailed into it to fool around with because I had other things I needed to do, but I noticed it had changed.
You know, it'd be
either
really
yesterday or
cool
last week.
on the homepage, if you could look at it by the list that you want instead of like all your saved leads. Like if you have a specific list of like clients or prospects or, you know, whatever the list is, it would be really nice to just see the feed of what's going on.
Oh, for sure. We were on a call on Tuesday and people are asking about that. Yeah, I absolutely agree.
And that feedback, it does that.
Well, look at, I've never done this. There's the search and the alerts. Have you all messed with that before? I've not.
Yeah, that is
like
new.
If I do Helene, which is just, she's there, and I like, here she is. It's going to pull up a bunch of stuff related to her. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, you can virtually engage LinkedIn almost exclusively through Sales Navigator now.
Yeah, that's a
It
big
keeps you
change.
from having to go to their activity feed in LinkedIn to see
does.
everything they've posted, which
Yeah.
that's actually pretty cool.
It does not, the URL does not, like, so if you have in the past, maybe to do something comparable, bookmarked someone's recent activity, recent posts, I just grabbed the URL from here where we have it saved, pasted it. It did here, it's got the name, but it didn't actually follow through. It's almost like you've got to build it.
Wow.
Which,
So
by the
some-
way, that chat with us button that you see down there on the right, that
Yes.
is that is just an Easter egg because nobody is ever available. If you click it right now and ask them a question, it'll just say, go to the help window. Nobody's available.
Mm,
Yeah,
That's kind of-
because we are experiencing, we are working on
Yeah.
connectivity. Yeah, right. Hey, I had a question. Remember once before you showed a way to clear out if you have profiles saved, but they're not associated with an account or a lead
mhm.
list.
Yep.
What was that again? I was trying to figure out, because you did a
Sure.
really fancy way of bringing it in and excluding.
So Mike calls those orphans. Here, we'll do that here in a couple
Orphans.
minutes.
Yeah, the
So-
Orphans.
So kind of just wrapping this up here, and then what I want to do is, Judy, I'll show you that real quick. But I do want to spend the second half here kind of talking about what topics the group would like to go over throughout the year here. So let's button this up and then move over there. So just really quick practical advice here. Assuming that this is going to be rolling out for everyone, and assuming that some things break when it happens, if you have a bunch of important saved URLs in a spreadsheet, it would be wise of you to do one of two things. Number one, use like columns in a spreadsheet and write down exactly all of the Boolean, all of the industries you're including, excluding, so that it's all there so you can rebuild it manually, or go and do save your search so that it's all right in there. And then once the migration happens, you can just click view saved search, and it shouldn't, I'd be shocked if your saved search is broke. So
I will
would
say
do that.
one other quick way to do that, if it's still in the old mode, once you
Mhm.
have the search results and you have the left column, you can't, if you open up, well, actually by default, it opens up the filters that you have. You can actually do a copy and paste that into a Word document to actually see, at least be able to quickly see which of the filters you have selected. It does work for copy paste into Word.
Yikes.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you this, since this is your wheelhouse. And you've dug into the URL a bit here. This is the new, this was the new version.
Could you send me that? I would love
Yeah, I
to
was
pour
just gonna
through
say.
that. Seriously.
Yep, I'll put that in the
I have
chat.
every
right?
parameter mapped out with every option, and I'll do that again when the new LinkedIn comes in. I'll map out every option once again.
So if
And
any- if
it's
anyone
Yeah.
wants-
like 30 pages of stuff I have on it.
Hey, Isaac, on the top there where it has the bookmark to save search and then share search, who would you be able to share the search with, and what does it give you to share the search?
1 second here. Oh, it's not letting me post it into the chat. Mike, I'll get it to you. Don't worry.
Please do. Yeah, I promise. I'll report back next week, actually, what I find.
Very cool. Judy,
To the
you were asking
right.
about,
Go to the right there where it says save search. It looks like a bookmark, and then it says share search. See on the top right of the navigation bar there? Yeah. Who do you share it with? Who can you share it with?
I'm scared to click it on this.
Well, that
tab.
is really good. Yeah, I would be afraid to
Teammates,
click on it too.
clients.
It sounds,
Yeah.
that sounds to me like a team edition sort of function.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Just pick up any list, I guess, or any search that you have. Pick up a save search.
Well, Isaac, you have a, this is not a standard version of LinkedIn, of Navigator that we're looking at here, right? We're looking at Pro. Is that what you're looking at?
Pro
So,
is
Yeah, this is just
standard.
pro.
so that feature might be just part of Pro, not something that we're going to see.
Well,
Isn't
remember
Pro
how
the
they-
standard? I thought Pro was the standard one.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
so
enterprise, I meant to say, sorry. Didn't
Remember
you
how
say you
they're
had enterprise?
There it
Isaac?
is. Share search.
So this is just pro. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, Judy. Good
Oh,
question. Remember how they're going to be rebranding the names? We talked
Yeah.
about it maybe like 4 or 6 months ago. They're redoing the names.
Yeah.
They said there was a few other things coming out. It seems like what they're doing is they're kind of consolidating all of the features from what we have historically called Pro, Team, and Enterprise. And then if you just don't, if your subscription type is too low, then it's like maybe grayed out.
Mhm.
And so I'm thinking that we'll see a lot more stuff related to Team and Enterprise, but not be able to do anything with it. Share search is absolutely something that is on Teams and Enterprise, and it's geared towards you. Like you click share search, does not give you like a copy link. It's like, who do you want to share it with? And then you have to type in your teammates on your same big plan, and then you share it with them, and then it goes into their saved searches.
So if you have it, if you click on that, nothing happens. It's one of those not available.
Well, I'm scared to click it because I don't want to
Don't-
lose.
Why don't you
don't.
duplicate your
No.
tab? Just duplicate your tab. Exactly. the
Hold
way-
your, hold your
It can
command,
still do it.
hold your command key and click it.
Right click it into a new tab or whatever.
Yeah,
Command
it's
will
gotta.
open
I
a
think
new
it's
tab.
it's like a
No,
JavaScript
duplicate your
thing.
tab up at the top. So you have the exact copy.
Okay, if this goes away, this is your fault. Hang on.
Damn it. Does that mean I go on the hot
Share with
seat?
these people.
So type in Monty, I guess. See what Monty does.
Yeah, but we just have legacy pros. So I don't know. There's not, no one's gonna be in there. Share, it says search for people in your Sales Navigator contract. So this is a team thing.
Oh, okay. So got it. Okay. Tease. It's a tease. It's not.
Yes, I still got it, baby.
Otherwise, I was going to get ostracized. Oh man, what a way to go down. Why'd you get expelled from the group? Well, I made him click on a link.
What about looking at how they changed the summary of a person? So if you look, it's a lot more thin. I wonder if the people per page has changed. 25.
Interesting
So
that they
still-
now show a little bit of the about and then they show the experience. That's interesting instead of past role. Because they used
Yeah,
to show past role. Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like I don't care about in my search parameters here. I'm only looking for current job. I
Yeah.
wonder. It is interesting. Experience.
Do they have a filter for premium accounts? So you can just pull up profiles with premium accounts?
No, I did not see it in there. Nope.
That would be cool.
So it looks like this is past role. Maybe it is actually the same information but reworded.
Okay. Interesting. Oh,
'Cause
wow.
So past role is like, here's the title, and then in parentheses the years.
So this is the old version you're looking at. How are you doing old and new? How are you?
Well, because I'd done a recording a couple days ago, and I had it just still minimized. So as soon as I push refresh on the page, it'll revert to the old one.
Oh, wow.
So
That's okay.
The about, that is new.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what is the about you think that's work experience or?
No, the about section. That's their about
I
section.
think it's the about section. Yeah.
Let's find out. Oh, interesting. Invalid.
Invalid. Oh, boy.
You know, Isaac, I think it's just a matter of time until you're going to do one click too many and lose it. I hate to say
Yeah.
it.
And I have nothing to do with it. Squeaky
I'm
clean.
not telling you to click anywhere.
Don't click, don't click, don't click. All he hears is click.
So about.
What about the
it
three
would-
dots? Any good mysteries in the three dots there?
Ooh, yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah, the three dots are
dot.
always the,
Must be.
The three dots are the little triangle, right?
by the
Those
way,
little
I
stuff.
don't know if you can see it. Do you see it there? I changed my logo. It has the three dots. All right.
That'd be good.
Edward
That'd be good too.
McCarthy.
And
Let
let
me see if I can
what-
find this guy. Edward McCarthy, SMC Aerospace. Let's just see if I have worked in the aerospace, nothing in the work experience description. So yeah, this is their about. It has nothing to do with the description that they put in their work experience.
No, the about is the about. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, look at that. I click about and it brings it,
That's
makes it bigger.
that's sweet.
There's
That's
no,
I
interesting.
love having you about here. That is
there's,
Or it can keep us from having to actually go and look at the profiles the more time it saves.
That
yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of saves a profile view if you didn't want to be
Next,
viewing as many
view
profiles.
Similar, okay. Has anyone
That's
ever
awesome.
found the view similar useful?
No.
No,
I have.
I've-
I have.
Have you really?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
with companies, not with people,
Okay.
but with companies and stuff, it's been pretty successful.
Really? I've never thought about that for the
Go to,
account
go to an
search.
account list and look at view similar and stuff, and it's pretty good.
Cool. I'll mess with that later. All right. Well, while we're wrapping it up here, any final thoughts or questions on this before we move forward?
They seem to, it seems really wide. You got 60% of the screen on the results side over here. And there seems to be a lot of white space there.
Yeah.
What's a full control 0 view look like without zoom in or out?
Control.
Native browser, command 0 or control 0 to make your
What is
browser 100%.
Oh,
Huh.
so you know that a lot of this can depend on your screen's dimensions. I have got a big wide curve one.
To me, the big deal is we're instead of the Lightbox, we got all the stuff on the left we can scroll through here instead of going back and forth to see all filters and back and forth.
And you can
I like
collapse.
it. I like it a lot. Quite
You can
frankly.
collapse the left side as well, so that's nice.
Yeah, we could collapse currently. I 2 thumbs up on what they come up with here for me.
Yeah, if only we would all see it. I paid for the full year in December, and you'd think they'd put priority to people, but I guess
No.
Isaac, you're just so special.
Nope, not special. They
And,
took it away.
and book
Oh,
authors like
special.
you, Judy, should go first. Of course.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I can
Judy,
break.
I've been.
is it?
waiting
Yeah, I
for
had
dark
it. It
mode.
disappeared. So
What
Yeah, I
a
did too.
tease. It's like here's like bringing out the really good food and then say, no, you can't have it.
I've been waiting for dark mode for like 6 months. I still can't get dark mode.
You don't
too
want
funny.
it. It's overrated.
I hate dark mode.
I love dark mode.
Monty, I have it. I just use it on my phone though.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I didn't think I
Can't
would
get it
like
on my
it.
phone either.
I didn't think I would like it when I wrote about it. I was like, whatever, but I do like it on my phone. Surprisingly.
I'm a huge fan of dark mode.
Yeah.
Just
Why
because
does
you
that not
can't be
surprise you?
Batman without dark mode, Monty.
That's
Why does
exactly
that not
right.
surprise me, Monty?
Yes. Now I just wear sunglasses while I go on LinkedIn.
You have your social profiles with you with sunglasses in a truck. What is it with the sunglasses? What is it with the sunglasses? I'm gonna put mine on. So
right.
Now for
So-
the remedial tutorial on how to get rid of orphans.
Oh, that's right, Judy. I forgot. So sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
And I should know this. I mean, Mike, you went through this, and it's just like, man, I can't remember it. And I guess it
I'm
doesn't
getting
matter.
a number of accounts that are hitting the 10,000 limit now. So this is the
Wow.
first place to look at
Okay,
the orphans.
Okay.
so
So
let's define an orphan. What is an orphan?
So
They're-
an orphan
they're-
is when you have saved a person and they're not in any kind of list at all. So if you go to like save Kenneth here, you can see that you can either put them in your, oh, it doesn't actually, that's a new. Okay, let's open his profile. Unsave, oh, because he's already saved, sorry. So if you go to save, you can see that there is a save to a list, or if you don't choose any list, it just goes to your kind of all saved bucket with no list. So you've
Okay.
got kind of like 2 categories. Number 1 is you save a lead. Number 2 is within saved leads, you optionally can add them to a list. Before it, like I just remember Monty on the call on Tuesday, there was the separation. So that's they're making a bunch of changes right now. But before you could just save a person to your general saved leads category. Now it looks like they're only giving you an option to add it to a list. So maybe there'll be less orphans moving forward. But to get there, you go to lead lists and then click my saved leads right up here. And then you're going to go like this, custom lists, leads, all lead lists. So this is going to be everybody that's in a list. And you want to
Right.
exclude everyone in a list. And then these folks are going to be people that are saved, but not to any kind of lead list. See how it prompts
Unsaved
me to add to a lead.
Okay.
And you can do a page at a time, which is really nice. It looks like.
Okay, so it's
Yep.
lead list, my saved leads, and then custom list. You add in
Exclude.
all leads, and then you give it an X.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you can do select all unsave. You can only do select all unsave if you go the route of going into your saved leads here.
Saved leads, okay.
Yeah. So if you just go and do this in normal search, that doesn't give you the option to unsave by bulk. It's just a big pain.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. There,
Okay.
okay. Got it. I think I got it.
Isaac, do you have people hitting the 10,000 lead limit
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
accounts?
Yeah. I mean, we usually do like 500 invites per month. And so I think the math works out where it's like after a couple years ish is where you hit it. And then what we do is we go and dump all of the lists where people have not engaged or accepted the invite from a long time ago, and then just unsave everybody because it's been like 2 years. So
Yeah, we're just starting to get on it too. So that might be a topic sometime, you know, a detailed topic on how to trim, how to work with your lists when you're hitting limits or you want to break them down. In fact, just the concept of, you know, people on, I've got people that are on 2-3 lists, right? So they're on my target list, they respond, they're on the responders list, you know, they might be on at least 2, a lot of them, you know, working on number 3.
So let's do this then, because
One
that's
other
a great-
question, on the list, does it give you more, like to put notes and stuff on the new version? Like, is there,
let's see,
you know, for better
here.
tracking?
You know, it looks like the search has changed, but I don't know that the profile view has changed. So you can do add note.
But when you look at like a lead list,
Uh-huh.
as opposed to a saved search list, like that looks like a saved search list. So what happens when you look at a lead list in the new version?
I don't know. I don't know that this has changed actually. You go to list info, name, description.
She's talking about like the 5th or 6th column when you've got a listing. Go on into it, Neil. And you know, the one that shows activity and notes.
Yeah, because that's always a little wonky. So does the new version have any enhancement, or is it still the same as that?
I don't know, but there was a time where you could not search by outreach activity. Now you can, so that's a really big deal.
Okay.
They brought that back. That's been
Yeah,
some
that's
time
really
ago.
nice.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just have to wait. You know, there's always Valentine's Day.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's move into quick recap on the first half. If you have saved searches in the saved search URLs, it's going to be wise of you to either save them to your Sales Nav account or make sure that you have all of the parameters that you plugged in there typed into some kind of spreadsheet so you can easily rebuild them later. Otherwise, it looks like it's going to break on you, and that can just be the biggest pain. When I plugged in the old search and had the new user interface, the ones that the search filters that were broken were like small, short, and spinning, so I couldn't even see what it was. So if you don't have it written down somewhere, you're going to lose it. So it's going to be smart for you to do that.